All right, we're back. We're back. We're gonna have a. It's been a couple of hectic weeks lately, but still trying to make sure that I make some time, to break Amulet, because this is just freaking sweet. Deck is too great right now. So this is the list that I've been playing. Last week I made one switch only, which is I'm playing one Emrakul over the Baloth. I kind of think that Baloth is still better than this, because this is mostly against blue white, which granted, I do think that I wouldn't never consider the blue white matchup like heavily favored. I think it's slightly favored, and lately they have gotten a lot of help. I think that the new Narset is amazing. The new what's his name? The new Teferi is very good. In fact, the new Teferi is very good for us, against us, and that is one of the reasons. Like that last time I played against blue white, I my opponent had like new Teferi and I had like negate stranded in my hand. So what I was thinking is, the best blue white anti blue white package might simply be Emrakul plus Cavern of Souls instead of negate, or maybe we can go the route of Tectonic Edge plus ramming up Excavator. That's also another option. The issue with that is that, if you don't have negate in your sideboard, I mean, the good part is that there's no really much of a need for blue mana besides transmuting and I guess paying for Pact of Negation. But the downside is that, at that point, then your combo matchups become very bad. Like I don't think, like without negate, I don't think we can ever beat Storm. As is, it's already very hard to do, and like without negate, it would be like kind of pretty close to be possible, honestly. So that is the only problem with, choosing to not run negate in your 75. But yeah, all of this is up for debate and experimentation for sure. So you should expect me to basically change my list literally every single stream. Snipe Hawk with a tier 1 sub for the 6th month in a row. That's amazing. Thank you so much for the support. Our first sub of the day. Thank you for helping me learning the deck. Oh yeah, I will continue to do so. So rest assured, and thank you so much for your subscription. Uh, Resized. Come on, Motto. You know better than this. Well, you actually don't. So okay, there we go. Now we join a league. That's the correct deck, and there it is. But yeah, honestly, I have been okay with Baloth lately. What's up, Dom Dom? All's good. All's good. I have been honestly okay with Baloth lately. If you look at my last couple of streams, granted, I haven't played a single match of Modern since last stream. Honestly, I've been playing like basically no Magic besides besides when I stream. So I literally just like all the streams that you see is literally all the Magic that I play lately. However, I had been facing a lot of like Jund and BGX. I honestly have no idea why. I would think that because of Karn, that Black Green X would be worse than ever. Also, the new Teferi really kind of wrecks Bloodbraid Elf. So I don't know. Anything from Horizons catch your eye so far? Oh man, we are really going off with the resizing and the yeah, this is a keep. Hon W with the tier 1 sub. Thank you so much for that Twitch subscription. Welcome to the Prime Time Stronghold. You're a first timer, huh? Welcome, and thanks for the support. So this is gonna be a turn 2 Prime, turn 3 Karn. Huh, that is appalling. I have no idea what my opponent has going on over there. All I know is that this card is probably going to be very good. What's your opinion on the new Stark Islands, especially the green ones for time? Well, I mean, my opinion on the new canopy is that I mean that's what it is, right? It's it's kind of weird in that we are not playing canopy, so I don't think that there's much of an incentive to want to play this card either. So I don't know. Against Emrakul, do you like try to outgrind them using bounce downs or raise them? It depends 100% on how the game plays out, Ben Slov. There's no like absolute not like absolute like strategy that you can do. Sometimes they will find a hand that really goes after. They will have a hand that will go after your hand real quick, like with multiple discard spells and stuff like that. And sometimes they will go the smallpox route or the Liana route, and they have like different strategies depending on what they're doing. Usually going aggro is actually really hard to achieve against them. Um, so this is primetime mana, of course. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm just gonna go squatter this. I think that's gonna be the plan. I don't want to get primal commanded. Go squatter, and I guess I'm gonna get the Boros Garrison. We bounce the GQ, we play the GQ, and we're gonna do a quick draw step here. But yeah, regarding the new Horizon Canopy lands, they seem cool. They seem cool. I don't think I will be. I doubt that we will be playing the new Canopy. Honestly, sure. That is actually great for me. Like super super good that they decided to LD themselves when they are like super far behind on board. I'm very okay with this. Um, but I think that they are cool. But like we already don't play what's his name? We already don't play Canopy, and they do basically the same thing. Like I don't think like the mana fixing changes anything at all. So yeah, this seems like a this seems like a reasonable outcome. Um, I want this and I want that. Probably want one explosives. That seems fine. I agree that border to grind better, but sometimes standing to the combo them out. But this isn't a combo. Yeah. Usually, what turns off doing the best for me is to honestly like that matchup is super tight. There's a lot of times where I will not play my tribe scouts just to have them as cards in hand. There's a lot of times where I will not play like my lands. It's very important for you not to leave yourself basically dead immediately to smallpox. So you should like turn playing scout on turn one is just a bad play. Same thing with like playing a civic like any kind of bounce hand on turn two. That is just like a play that is asking to like get completely destroyed by smallpox. You cannot really afford to make those kind of plays. I like turn one on the play, not on the draw. Yeah, but you want to be on the draw against a Drak anyway, right? It's like the only matchup where you will willfully choose to be on the draw. They are for sure playing Bloodmoon, right? They show me stomping ground. Excuse me, stomping ground. I think I don't want the yeah, I don't think I want the crossroads. I think I want my Karns. Well, my opponent might be playing Karns of their own. That's the problem of like running your opponent over in game one. You are like not really sure on what their build of the deck is. I think like I for sure want negates, probably over Pact of Negation actually. But Pact of Negation can counter a prime time on their side. Yeah, but we definitely want to be like getting Crucible here, so we probably want the Karns. Definitely want Rex Sage. I'm kind of expecting Damping Sphere as well. Trav Scout sounds very good. Maybe just like one Negate and one Summoner's Pact. On the draw, taking a Summoner's Pact seems like it makes more sense than on the play. What do you think of Force of Vigor? I will test it. That's what I think. I think it will be pretty good. Like for sure. Like right now, my current sideboard plan is basically this, and I can probably just like shave either a path or maybe the Emrakul. I can shave one of these cards in order to fit a Force of Vigor, which is a really nice answer to Blood Moon. This hand is awful. I think I'm going to bottom the card, unfortunately. I really want to find an untapped source, preferably a green one. Bingo. So good. Just playing so tight. Just look at that. I knew I was going to find a second Karn there. I think here I'm more interested in taking the Amulet, actually, though. Now, we might be in trouble here, though. Maybe I should have explosived on one. My opponent's gonna have like a ton of mana next. Ooh, okay. That one is not great for them. This is kind of awkward. This is kind of awkward. I'm gonna play this out. There's no need for me to play the Amulet here. It doesn't really accomplish anything. I'm still not going to have access to Titan mana next turn. And if I draw an Amulet, like a second Amulet, I will have access to Titan mana anyway. So there's not really a reason at all to expose this Amulet right here. Maybe I should have gotten the Ghost Quarter. I didn't think of Nykthos. Okay. So what now? We could Explosives on 3. We could Explosives on 1. What's up, Saint Doom? How you doing? Maybe EE on 1 is the play. EE on 3 seems like a better play, though. Like, these Selkies are, like, this Nykthos represents so much mana with these Wistful Selkies. Like, they have, like, primetime mana already. If I kill them, then they don't. So I play Amulet, play Bounce, play Asusa, play Land, play Bounce. I cannot Explosives on 3. I cannot Explosives on 3. Since I cannot Explosives on 3, I think I Explosives on 1? This seems kind of bad, honestly. Not looking great. Not looking great. We kind of depend on my opponent to whiff a little bit over there. Casually make 7 mana. Uh-oh. They just show and tell in Emrakul. Guess I should have taken that Ghost Quarter, huh? We can't beat this, right? I don't think we can. We needed to draw a second amulet there in order to beat this. We could have. We could have beaten it, but we... Yep. Okay. Just gonna concede here. That was kinda cool. Yeah, probably won these cards. Now on the draw, yeah, this is better on the draw, I think. This matchup is always kind of weird because that deck is just kind of weird. The devotion deck, I played a little bit of it and I just died with a ton of mana and not being able to cast any of my cards. And some other times I just had a ton of threats and no way to cast them. So it's just a very weird deck. I mean, I guess it's kind of like the game. It's the name of the game with ramp decks anyway, so it makes sense, I guess. But still, it's funny because sometimes you play against the deck and it's just like, what? How can I ever beat that? And then you played against the decks and the same deck, and it's just like, well, that guy didn't do anything. It's a good time. It's a good time. It's a fun deck though. I just love me some Eternal Witness, Primal Command loops. This Primal Command is just a sweet card. I was kind of excited when that card became a thing in Amulet. Yikes. So we need kind of like any land, really. Guess I'll keep. If my opponent has a Reclamation Sage, I'm gonna be super sad. But I have like 27, 25, 29 potential draws that are extremely good in the next two draw steps. Bingo. Do I go for turn 2 Relic? This will give me 2 for... Yeah, I think I do. And I think bouncing the basic is correct there. I know it puts me behind on mana if... yep, okay. That's kind of annoying. But it's fine. We can transmute here, probably transmute for explosives. Yeah, that sounds pretty darn good here. Let's do that, shall we? And then next turn we drop explosives and crack it. And then on the following turn we cast the Titan. Hopefully my opponent has... Ugh. That's kind of brutal. We might still be fine here though, right? Like, are they gonna name explosives? That means that now my relic still taps for mana. Yep. Okay, let's throw Karn off the top. Karn off the top would be insane. Huh. 1, 2, 3. Play a Susa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, we cannot play Pact of Negation. That sucks a lot. That sucks a lot. But any land helps me cast Primetime and effectively wins the game. That one's also pretty good. Okay, so we Karn for Crucible, right? One, two, three, four. Yeah, we definitely Karn for Crucible. Next turn we can like destroy the gemstone mine and get it back, which is pretty sexy. I don't think my opponent has any haste creatures, so Azusa can get in there. I wonder if my opponent is playing cards of their own. Harmonize. Yes, you got it. Let's charge this. Or we can just draw land and go nuts. No, that's no land. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Play Crucible. Play this, play this. Yeah, unfortunately we're not able to get Lattice there. But next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next turn we should be able to get Lattice. I guess I get it right now. Nice. And of note, now we can actually pay for the Pact of Negation. So if my opponent plays something that I 100% need to counter, I can just do that. Needle is naming engineered explosives. Nice. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. I think we're gonna get this one. I think we're going to get this one. Crucible's pretty strong. Crucible is definitely pretty strong. They're putting going over their choices and how little they matter. To be fair, their draw was pretty bad. When their 4th land drop in order to cast the Harmonize was like a second Nykthos, I'm like, yeah, sorry, dude. Alright, 1-0. One and oh. Is it possible I should have actually brought in Emrakul in that matchup? Maybe? Maybe it's just unnecessary. I don't know. It's possible that I should. It's just like the rest of my deck is just so strong. Maybe, yeah, no, explosives is actually pretty good. Like having access to explosives basically forced my opponent into needling the explosives, which then means that Karn took over the game. Like if my opponent oh my god, are we really going to be doing this at the beginning of every match? Yikes. More yikes. Still a fair amount of yikes, but I'll keep this. Oh, oh, this one's close. What's up, Dido? How you doing? I think I bottom this. Feels bad, man. Feels bad to bottom that one. To the bam. To the bam. Ha. Chalice on one. I'm okay with this. Okay, sweet. That's fine. You got it. Yeah, we can probably do a little bit of this. That's a reasonable draw there. Fortunately for me, this was like this is one of those draws that actually gets wrecked by Chalice on 0, not the Chalice on 1 that my opponent played. If they do play a threat here, though, I'm gonna be in trouble. If they play like a Rabbit Master or something like that. Eldrazi. Sick draw. Very, very good draw. Now is the question. I'm for sure playing one of this. Are we playing the second one as well? I think we're just playing the one. If this Azusa dies, I'm gonna be super sad, but if this Tolaria represents the possibility of transmuting for a bounce land, so I think it's worth doing this here. Yeah, now my opponent's gonna see the Summoner's Pact. And now I'm gonna draw a bounce land and be super sad too. No, okay. Rewarded for my play. Rewarded. I guess I want a Sanctuary, sure. And we're going to play and bounce and then replay. No attacks. So maybe this is the mono red Eldrazi deck. Ooh, I'm okay with this. The problem is this probably means that there's another one of this in my opponent's hand, and if there's another one of this in my opponent's hand, I'm in a lot of trouble. Oh, if there's another one, then I'm in a lot of trouble. This prime time is gonna get got. So we take 8 here. Ooh, okay, so this is important information. They probably have Hazoret in their deck. Very relevant information. Primeval Titan. And I guess that it's gonna be better for me to get Karning plus bounce here. Because the Karning will effectively block either the Karning tokens will basically prevent 3 damage and 4 damage. So I think that bouncing and replaying the Karning it's gonna be better value. No attacks because my opponent has a bunch of haste threats, and again I'm expecting this another obligator here, so I can take 6 from the primetime attack. Chalice on 0, too late, brother, too late. I can expect a second obligator, which I can trade with the Azusa. Then I can block the Thought Knot, block the other obligator. Oh, okay. They don't have a second obligator? What was that then? Oh, my opponent's super dead now. Ooh, I almost I almost made a pretty bad mistake there. So I can swing with prime time. I can transmute for explosives. Doesn't really achieve anything. I think attacking with prime time is correct though, because it's going to force my opponent into a double block, which then means that all of their obligators are significantly worse. They could also have a dismember though, which would be kind of problematic. But I think I am going to get Stronghold Sunhome here. Is that correct? Nah, maybe Garrison Stronghold. I feel like I do need to find the colorless land so I can play explosives for 0 and then crack them both. I think I'm just gonna do this. Bouncing the Tulare West. I definitely think this attack is correct. Yeah, this is also pretty good. So do we want to kill the? I think we want to kill the Spirit Guide because the Obligator trades with Azusa. So this is fine. Now we're gonna draw a card of the TKS. Ooh, actually, no, it doesn't matter. If they have Dismember, I can't trade with anything basically. I can only trade with the Obligator. Sweet. Okay, yeah, this is fine. That's another uncastable. So here we play Coalition Relic, and we simply pass the turn. We can transmute for explosives, but we need a second colorless source here. Vesuva also counts as a colorless source, which is nice. Serum Powder. If they attack, I 100% take the trade, yep. We have a redundant Azusa already, so this is 200% correct. That's a Bojuku Bog. That doesn't really achieve anything for us. I guess it's just gonna be Azusa Beats. It's just gonna be Azusa Beats. Before I have the colorless down, there's no really any use in me going for the transmute. So green, play Azusa, haste, swing. No reason for me to transmute for anything. I guess I'll just play out the Bog, just because it will enter the battlefield tapped, so might as well. They play the Plains. Okay, so they're like red and white. This is game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, I forgot to charge this. It doesn't matter, but that was a mistake. Play Karn. Minus Karn. Get Lattice. 2, 4, 2. Play Lattice. Lock you out. And now we attack for 1 for the rest of the game. We could attack for 3, but this card is pretty strong. This card is pretty strong. You know what? I'll just do this just so I can get some F6 value. My opponent will concede. Okay, definitely one path. Definitely want Rex Sage. Definitely do not want Pact of Negation. Definitely do want Hornet Queen. Definitely want to shave on some Summoner's Pact. Definitely want to shave on Bojuku Bog. Probably want to Jave on Unix. Nah, I don't want to. I'm expecting Damping Sphere. Basically, I'm always expecting Damping Sphere. Probably -1 steerings. Alright. Taking 1-drops against the Chalice deck is always not a bad idea. In fact, I should have probably taken a second steerings and leave actual lands in my deck. Serum Pilot. Yep. There's the Hazoret. Whoa. Just casually exiling 14 and no value. They didn't get a single. 2 Thought Knots and 2 Chalices gone. It's pretty good for me. What do we do with this hand though? If my opponent plays a turn, I think I'm gonna mulligan. I was trying to like justify keeping that hand, but it's just that makes no sense. This hand is significantly better, unless my opponent turn 1 chalices me. Yep. Okay, no turn 1 chalice, so that's good. No Dismember either, so that's also very, very good. There's the Damping Sphere. No, the Chalice on one. That is kind of bad beats. We'll play this out. On the other hand, that means no turn to Thoughtnut, so that's actually pretty good. Chalice on 0. Whoa. My opponent just drew the 4 chalices in the top like 23 cards, I guess. In the top like 20-ish cards. That's not a bad one. So here's the colorless land. We need a second colorless land, so we can transmute for a second colorless land if we need to. How do you think this is the best list? Well, it has been very strong, Sniprick. I already regret having bought only 3 cards. Oh yeah, no, I think that 4 cards is gonna be the number. But yeah, to answer your question, Sniprick, I don't know. That's why I'm testing. I suspect it might be. So what can we transmute for? Probably second colorless? No. But then if I draw like another colorless land, then I would have liked to transmit for explosives. I think we just wait here. Which kind of sucks, honestly. But it gives us more time before we need to actually make a decision. Yep, you got a Thought here. Incubus, thanks for that tier 1 subscription. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. You're our third subscriber of the day. Thanks so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Path is gone. Gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna gain a couple more life because value. That's an uncastable. Gonna play this out. And then we're going to pass the turn. Here we're gonna take 4. There's nothing we can really do. It's funny that like in the top like 8 cards, like 10 cards I guess, after they exiled they exiled 2 Thoughtnuts and they exiled 2 Chalices, and they found their 3rd Thoughtnut and they found like 2 of their Chalices. So they saw all 4 Chalices and some Thoughtnuts as well. 1 more Thoughtnut as well. So red. Guess we double strike here. We swing for 2. Got him. And I'm mostly just doing this because I mean, I'm not locking, right? We can still wait. And now we can't wait anymore. Holy crap. Yeah. Yep. My opponent finding 4 chalices in the top 10 cards is going to be very good for them. The good thing is that if we find the primetime here, we just win. But I guess we're not gonna do that. Play Crossroads, gain 2 more. Pass the turn. Five, 9. So I guess I'm kind of gonna have to chomp here. Damn it. That's a good one. 1. Gain a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we also have double strike mana available. Sick. So that my opponent can't even trample through. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. I guess top decking in the absolutely best possible way was the correct play. Would have thought. I think we attack with the queen. Nothing else. If they have explosives, this is a terrible idea, but I doubt they have explosives. They might have ratchet bomb. Ooh. Let's double strike this guy in response. And then let's see what's up. Oh, Dark Saga, that's actually a good idea, but the problem is that if I use the bounce land for that, let me think. Yeah, I guess I could have done that. Yep, you're correct. You're correct. That was just like a miss. That was just like a missed line for me. There we go. Never punished. So let's think. We float blue here. We transmute for explosives. I guess that's gonna blow up all my insects. So that part kind of sucks. Yeah, so you were for sure correct, Dark Saga. Cryofine, thank you for the follow. Transmute. For engineered explosives. We'll name Giant here. And Habonillo, thank you for that tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. 4th sub of the day. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate it. I think it's kind of worth it, right? And I don't even really need to do it yet anyway. So I 2 to crack. 2 to crack this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna swing with the tokens. It's definitely good for me to start getting the Titan chain going. So they take 4 here. Now I crack this. It feels kind of bad, but just prime time is too strong. 2. Boom, Primeval Titan. Yes. We're gonna do Kalni plus T-West, I think. Yeah. I guess I should have steerings. I should have steering as well. And we probably want to do this. Yeah, we definitely want to do this. I definitely should have steering first. Because I could have Karned and Latticed, I think. Yeah, so I... No, I couldn't have. So I could have just Karned, basically. So now let's say that they steal my dude. I block the Thought Knot. I take 6... 11. No, I probably need to... Yikes. Oh, yeah, that guy is fine. That guy is okay. Not worried about that one in particular. Please blink my Primeval Titan. Oh, I see what my opponent's doing. I see what they're doing. Okay. So they want to trample through. This is just not going to be enough, though. You can Vesuva, the Kalni Garden, or the Kavira Crossroad. Yeah, this is not really a good attack. Because they just block both. Like, what are they going to blink? My Hornet Queen or my Primetime? This Displacer is not doing a lot of work. They can also activate one thing only. Yeah, so I just block here and block here. Take nothing. Oh no, they can actually, yeah, they can actually blink both. Yeah. All right, sweet. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Vesuva and Simic. Yeah, I was looking for, a way to gain some life and balance this Tulare West over here. So thank you. Very much appreciated. You guys still dice. Nice. Good stuff, good stuff. And now we Karn lattice them. Because we have an obnoxious amounts of mana. Hehehe. Good stuff. Good stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I still cannot attack Karn, because if they blink my prime time, I just replay the Kalni. So I can safely lattice them on this board state right here. They don't have red mana for bolt, so I don't need to play around that. And I'm doing this pre-combat because it forces the activation on the prime time. Yes. That's in Mycosynth Lattice. And we're gonna play that one. Yep, they're gonna blink the prime time, but it doesn't matter because I'm just going to fetch bounce land, and I'm gonna bounce the Kalni and replay it. So my opponent's just giving me free triggers. It's good value. That's good value. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I messed it up. I guess I should have bounced literally any untapped land, and I would have been able to prime time again. At this point, it doesn't really matter. Like I'm just so ridiculously far ahead that it literally doesn't matter. Also, I can transmute. Yeah, they just concede. Good stuff. Good stuff. Two and 0. Oh yeah. No bad matchups. Just none. None at all. None whatsoever. No bad matchups. Just the best deck in the format. Yeah, health again. Oh yeah. Prime time. Oh, actually, Mr. Question Mark. I made one little update which I didn't reflect in there, which is we're playing Zero Bailoff. We're playing Emrakul, the Promised End. Alright, sweet. Stream Decker updated. Well, I guess actually, because that's gonna mess up. Yeah, that's definitely gonna mess up my YouTube bid. So I'm just going to upload a new one. Yep, I'm just gonna upload a new one. So we're gonna do 0, and we're gonna do Obstinate Bailoff. My bad. Is there any way that I can just, like, let's see if Stream Decker will allow me to do that, like, make a copy of this. And Danny Memes, thank you so much for that new tier 1 sub. Weren't you subbed already? Anyway, thank you so much for the support. I thought that you were already a sub to the channel. Still, thank you so much for the support. Let me try to fix this real quick. Let's look at our opening hand. Ugh. And this is a mulligan, unfortunately. It's kind of close. Oh, vomit. Vomit. More vomit. Okay. We're gonna keep this. Bottom that. Play this, pass the turn. In the meantime, we're gonna try to figure this out. We're playing against Jund. Oh no, Hollow One. What? Is Hollow One back now? I'm gonna miss my Obstinate Bailoff. Okay, so we copy. We paste deck list. Nope. That's definitely not working out for me. Import deck from your... yeah, we're super dead here. My opponent had a D plus draw over there. I guess I'm gonna get explosives, and I guess I can deal with this guy. I don't know how much that is going to achieve. Yeah, okay, this is just too complicated. This is just way easier. Oh, I know what I can do to make this easy. I can just upload a new deck. Yeah, we can't beat this anymore. Let's just move to sideboarding. So we're gonna upload new deck. Okay, Stream Decker is just going dead on me. Okay, upload deck. Alright. Okay, so far so good now. And modern Amulet. Okay, here we go, Amulet. Okay, why is it not showing? Oh, I'll fix that later, I promise. Okay, basically what happens is apparently because we're already because the deck is already in my list of decks of uploaded decks, it just is not allowing me to update to upload a new copy. So I will basically need to export it again and do the whole thing again, which is kind of frustrating, honestly. Huh. Do we keep this? Do we keep this? So we can relic on 3. We have explosives, which is some kind of interaction. I'm not convinced about this one. Really not sold on this one. The Bojuki Bog is kind of what is doing it for me. But if my opponent has like one of their explosive draws, then it's gonna be pretty bad. I think because of that, I'm going to lead on explosives on 1, which is kind of a weird play on the blind. But stopping what's his name, Adept, from dealing a ton of damage seems like it will have a lot of value. That's pretty good. I'm okay with this. That's happening right here. Very okay with this we got going on. Get a Simic Growth and pass the turn. Yep, Natty Bog going at it. Ooh, Grudge on my Engineered Explosives. You got it. It's kind of awkward with, I cannot play the Collision Relic now. I think... I think we Simic here. Bouncing the Bog. And next turn I can Bog plus Relic. No, the Bog was in the hand already, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, they do fetch the Stomping Ground. Blood Moon? Okay. Hardcast Flamewake Phoenix is probably okay. Okay, that's not bad. That is not bad. So we can play Relic, and I think I want to get value from it by playing out the Scout this turn. And now we can transmute for Pact next turn. Or maybe we can't. Maybe we don't need to. Stronghold is gone though, that's important to note, of course. 4, 5. Also kind of interesting that they decided to like inquiry off of the stomping ground. That's kind of weird. Colony Garden not an option either. Again, also important to note. Okay, Karning is not gonna do much in the face of Phoenix here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Primeval Titan, cast Primeval Titan. Now the question is, okay, sure. I guess I made the correct play, huh? Karn doesn't seem great in this matchup, honestly. I think I just side out the Karns. And I bring in the Worm Coil. This card seems pretty good. And what's up, Sejas? How you doing? Definitely want the Worm Coil, and probably I guess we bring back the 28th land. It's either, I think it's either 28th land or second explosive. Second explosive might be a little bit too slow though. Needle doesn't do anything, Crucible doesn't do anything. I do think that that Karn is just bad in the matchup, so I think siding it out is correct. Tormod script, because we're on the draw and we're super slow. I mean, better said, my opponent can be super quick. I think I like the Ghost. On the draw, maybe Ghost Quarter's not as good. Wow, this is a hard one. This is a really tough one. What do you think to play Harlequin in the main again? In a lot of games, I am in a situation where I can play Harlequin and just win. What are you taking out for it? That is always the question. It's always, you know, it's easy to find of cards to bring in. It's harder to find cards to take out. Even like right now at this point, I would kind of like to have access to a third Coalition Relic, for example. So what's gonna be the last card? Tormod script seems kind of bad, honestly. That question is why I asked you the question. So my answer is no, otherwise I would be doing it. But yeah, whenever you guys suggest something, I'm always down for exploring new things. But that is usually the thought process I go through when I'm looking at playing a different card or a new card or whatever. I guess I'm just gonna go with the Ghost Quarter. This is usually what I try to do. You know, it's just like, what card is it changing from my deck? Like what change am I making to the deck? Like what matchups am I improving, and which cards am I making better / worse? Like opportunity cost is basically what will stop you from doing stuff with this deck. How do we feel about this one? Turn 1 Vesuva, whatever they play. This looks awful, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna mulligan this. This is ridiculously better. Keep this. But yeah, just asking a question is like, would we want to play this? And then you're just like, well, I don't know what to take. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm gonna be in the same situation that you are. Nothing's really gonna be different. It's just, you gotta think about it, and you wanna think whether it's worth doing what it is that you are doing, basically. Okay. nothing. They snap fetched the Stomping Ground though. My opponent is like 700% to have an Ancient Grudge over there. They did nothing in the first 2 turns, and then they snap fetched the Stomping Ground and then pass the turn. This is gonna be chilling in my hand for a while. Hopefully I'm able to discard this to like say what? Say what? Definitely discarding. Oh, we suck this. That's an interesting turn of events. That's an interesting turn of events for sure. My opponent is 100% discarding the Ancient Grudge to this Lily Plus here. So we're gonna discard the Ghost Squatter. Burning Inquiry. Well. Well. Oh, this card is so dumb. I hate that card. Colonel Sanders. Oh man. Thank you so much for that 3rd month in a row with that Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. And super happy that you're completing your Karn board. That's awesome. Natty Bog would be solid here. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can play an Amulet. That doesn't give me any mana, right? I think we're in a solid spot here. So we're going to play the Garrison, and then we're going to bounce the Crossroads, I think. And now next turn we'll see what my opponent does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can simply like play out the basic forest, cast the Prime Time, go get Bog plus Karning, and effectively win the game there. We're 24 also, that's funny. And I think we discard Second Grudge getting discarded. I think we just discard the Simic Growth here, right? Because after we resolve this Prime Time, then this Amulet is probably gonna be fine. Yeah, Karning is still in the deck. Yes, good, good, good. Primeval Titan, cast Primeval Titan, yes. Bojuku Bog, Karning Garden. Opponent fetching for no reason whatsoever. What's your current cardboard? There you go. 3-0. No biggie. No biggie. Just doing our thing. Just doing our thing. Because my opponent had a ancient, they had 2 Ancient Grudges in the sideboard Redux. Yep, there's no reason for me to give them a target for their Ancient Grudge that they have in the graveyard. And I don't know about my opponent's list. Maybe they had a fetch land in play, so maybe they are playing what's his name, a second Stomping Ground. And if that's the case, then I don't really want to give them a target. There's just no reason for me to do that. It doesn't achieve anything at all. So this is Karmulet V. Today is the 21st, and this is 5.0. Finally fixed the stream decker. Working on getting the cards and the board myself. Got the lattice though, so that one's down. That's a good that's a good idea. Yesterday I figured out that like lattice is like 40 ticks in moto, which is outrageous. I'm happy I'm happy I found mine for like 8 ticks or something. I guess I should have bought more then. Super interesting hand. No green source though, so I think I'm just gonna mull. This is very close to a keep, but on the blind this might just be too slow, and it's Sand's probably better. Not sure though. Mutavault. If we're playing against Merfolk, we kind of just win because we have explosives on 2. Also, they played a Mutable on turn 1, so maybe I should just explosives on 1 and crack it on 2. I only did this because my opponent played Mutavault as their first land. I guess they're not a Merfolk. Definitely not a Merfolk. But I'm like even more interested in doing this right now. Okay, this is good stuff. Gideon Blackblade. Vigilance, lifelink, or indestructible. Probably gonna need lifelink, yeah. And exile target non-land permanent. That second ability is actually quite relevant. So, hopefully we find a bounce land here. Sweet. I wonder if we just like GQ this Mutavault. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm kind of feeling it, honestly. And I guess I play out the Crossroads because I don't want to expose the bounce land to some LD. How's Emrakul? I have cast it 0 times so far. Second Arbiter, alright. Yep, we are in a really bad spot now. I already used my explosives, and now the Summoner's Pact doesn't really do anything. Rough, rough, rough. White. Bounce. Replay. Red. Oh, I'm dumb. I messed this up. I should have floated red from that. My bad. I could have used the white from the Crossroads. Attack the Gideon. Maybe they will trade. They will trade. Sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm 1 mana off of casting a prime time, so that's cool. Sarah Avenger. Having already used my explosives is kind of brutal here. When I thought that they were a Merfolk when I made that play. And it's kind of punishing me right now. Oh, this card is doing some serious work. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. That is pretty brutal. I am just dead, right? I can go pact for a Susa, try to attack Gideon, but I just die? 1, 2, 3, play a Susa. 1, 2, pay for Arbiter. Bounce and replay Gemstone. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. We just win. Yeah. Classic famous last words. Classic famous last words. Alright, that was brutal. Boom, boom, boom. Bring me my queen. Bring me this. I wonder if this is another side out a couple of Karn matchup. It probably is, actually. In fact, it's probably a side out all the Karns matchup. Nah, I don't want to side out all the Karns. This is probably a fine setup. Not being able to transmute for Walkie B. Maybe I want Walkie B in the main. Crucible seems also very relevant. Even Python Needle for Gideon would have been sick that game. Yeah, it's just like Karn is so good against freaking Aethervile and stuff. Let's do this. Jonito, yeah, Emrakul was kind of like a thing back in the day. It's just one thing that we tested here on stream. Will Pulliam actually won an open with Emrakul in the sideboard. It's pretty sweet in the control mirror more than anything, and then it's solid in like the slower combo decks, in the slower combo matchup. Sorry, like it's great against Scape Shift. Those kind of matchups. Emrakul does a lot of work. I would definitely never put Emrakul in this matchup. No. I mean, you just saw like we had like 7 mana there. My opponent is a land destruction deck. You definitely don't want to have a 13 casting cost card in the LD matchup. Okay, turn 1 Amulet, go. You have an Aethervile. Okay, do this, bounce this, get a Suicide play. Pass the turn. If I had had a Karn there, that would have been pretty sexy. Let's see what my opponent does here. If they play Ghost Quarter, that sucks. No GQ. Alright. Okay. Play this. Bounce. Play this again. Bounce. Play this a 3rd time. And I guess I'm gonna bounce the Gemstone. Get some more value. And this is probably gonna be pretty much unbeatable for my opponents. Well, just don't mind me. Just getting got every single step of the way here. Just getting got every single step of the way. No big deal. No big deal. My opponent deserves it. My opponent deserves it. My opponent deserves it. I guess I didn't play around Mana Tithe. I guess I should have played around Mana Tithe, huh? I guess I should have played around Mana Tithe. Silly me. Silly me. Yep, I could have tapped the Tithe for the last mana for sure, but of course that would have cost me my my gemstone mine, right? And I wanted to be greedy, and I wanted to, honestly, probably the correct play, which is just like simply hold the Simic in my hand. And if my opponent has the Mana Tithe, they have the Mana Tithe, but yeah, we're definitely gonna be needing to path that guy. Not if I path you first. I think this is fine exchange for me though here. At least I get a basic forest from this, off of this scout. We basically trade even on resources, except I get to deal with an arbiter here. What's up, C-Mash? Yeah, I definitely could have played this match better, that's for sure. Not playing around modern staple Mana Tithe though. Bad beats. Bad beats. That card does literally nothing on this board states. I think here I'm just going to transmute for okay, that's good because that means no arbiter. And here I think I'm just gonna go get a sanctuary and just bounce and reset the gemstone again. This allows me to have access to Path to Exile. Also, my opponent left a vial on 2 there. Have I tried any new artifacts with the Karnwish board? I have tried a bunch. I have tried Liquid Metal Coating, we tried Ensnare and Bridge, we tried... What else did we try? Ensnare and Bridge, Liquid Metal Coating, we tried Trinisphere, I tried... we just path this guy, huh? I think we do that EOT. Or wait a second, can I just EE on 3 this? Turn up to 1 target, creature you control against creatures of vigilance left and indestructible. Okay, so I can destroy this. I can destroy this during my turn. Okay, so let's do that, I guess. Yeah, because now even more so, because this enables me to like play around an arbiter. So 1, 2, 3, done. Crack, boom. Okay, this is looking good now. Yeah, it's only indestructible during their turn. Yep, if we turn 1 vial, we can play a free primetime. That is correct. Oh, sorry, opponent. Okay, that's not bad. Because now we get to play around everything, basically, which is good. Crap, I almost got worried when my opponent mana tithed my prime time there. Almost got worried, but I was saved by the bell. Bounce this. And now I'm floating like infinite mana to play around everything. Definitely playing around everything here. Yeah, bounce this. Let's Summoner's Pact. For Primeval Titan. Let's Primeval Titan. Mana type not so good here. And I'm definitely going for the Growth Chamber plus Transmute line here. Because if my opponent has a Path to Exile, like I can very, very easily play around it. There's no need for me not to do that. And we're going to be setting up another prime time for next turn. And even if my opponent has a Damping Sphere or something, I can just path my own Azusa in order to help pay for the pact in the upkeep. If my opponent has like, you know, Damp Sphere into like Tectonic Edge and they destroy my gemstone, we're still fine. Is there any value to Expedition Map plus? We did try Darksteel Citadel already, and it wasn't very good. And I have not tried Expedition Map, but it just sounds not great. Sure, I was gonna pact for that one, but we can just draw it, and that's better. We can pay for Arbiter attacks here. Bounce this guy. We play prime time. We're gonna haste. And that's gonna be the end of the game. I could have gotten another prime time, but I cannot haste it, so might as well do that next turn. Think like I want to protect this though. They path. That's fine. You got it. You got it. Bounce this. Go to combat. Not gonna get got by by a 2-1 again. Fool me once, right? We have 1,000,000 mana. Don't think I want to get T-West. Like, T-West literally doesn't get anything right here. So I think I'm just going to go the Sunhome Sanctuary route. Just double strike this dude. Double strike you. Just 12 of them, put them on a 2-turn clock. I doubt that they have a second path, and they don't. So this is fine here. Are they gonna get like a Thalia or something? Sarah Avenger, you got it. Resolves. I think we're gonna get this one. Definitely feels like we're gonna get this one. Also, this is one of those random matchups where I do miss Obstinate Baloth. Because Baloth is randomly good in certain scenarios. Okay. Summoner's Pact. Get another boy. Prime time. Yes. I guess we're gonna get Crossroads Gemstone, sure. Develop my mana a little bit over here. gain some life. Play Garrison. Float white, sure. We're gonna play Stronghold. Haste the boy. Play this. And we also have Path to path this guy. We did show them Path already, so we can just like do a little bit of everything right here. Playing Kamlin Colossus instead of Baloth, yeah. Baloth is way more flexible, and in the with so many targets being kind of like devoted to the wish board for Karn, then stuff like Chameleon Colossus and stuff like that needed to go. Is this because of Bella good enough to make it better than Task to have stuff spotted? I do think so, yes. Liliana is a big issue for us. It has always been. And I don't know if it's just my my own experience where I have been playing against like a more than normal amount of John and Black Green lately, or I was at least last week. Maybe the moto meta already changed and I should not be playing Baloth. I mean, I guess I'm not playing Baloth today. I'm playing this instead, but still, the point remains the same. Anything I might want to change? I don't think so. I'm just not loving the steerings against the Thalia deck. Excuse me, the Thalia Mana Tithe deck. Maybe I should be playing Ballista in the main. Maybe I should just like not be playing Karn at all and just bring like second explosives, Ballista, and like another Summers. Actually, I'm kind of into that. Yeah, on the draw, Karn seems a little bit slow, so let's do this instead. No, instead of Pithing Needle, let's do another Summer's Pact. Okay, let's do this. Maybe I should just have Pithing Needle though. The thing is, Pithing Needle doesn't really stop Gideon. Because they still have like a 3 mana 4/4 that's like indestructible and whatnot. Yeah, I guess Crucible was a good idea. Yeah, you're right, Danny Memes. Yeah, I should have brought in Crucible. Oh, Redux. It sucks when that happens, right? Super rough when you just want to Emrakul somebody and you just like win instead. Sucks so hard. I like this. I'm okay with what I'm seeing here. No need to play around Mana Tithe. Good. Good, good, good. Now, if my opponent doesn't tap out though, do I just like jam this Azusa or do I just like hold? I think that's honestly like a reasonable question to make. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do this. And just play around Mana Tithe like a boss. And we can play a turn 3 Hornet Queen. That sounds pretty good. You got it, 1-2. I know you've been asked a lot, but I'm late. Do you think Karn will actually get banned or just watch list for now? I don't think it's even watch list. I think it's fine. I think the modern meta will just fix itself like it always does. Ooh. Still no land drop, huh? So I guess we can just win here. That seems better than playing a Hornet Queen. Yeah, that second amulet was just gross. Now I have access to like infinite mana here. We can just double prime time, yeah. We probably have way more than enough. Boom. Boom. Bounce. Summoner's Pact. And even if my opponent arbiters, I can still do my thing. Even through Mana Tithe, even through everything, basically. T-West, Simic Growth. I just need to make sure that I have enough mana to pay for both pacts. One, two, three. Yeah, so Summoner's Pact. Primeval Titan. Okay. So far so good here. Boros Garrison, Slayer's Stronghold. So we gotta play around Arbiter. They're probably gonna path one of the prime times. Haste the other one. Should I path my Azusa here? I think I'm going to path my Azusa preemptively. Like, if my opponent arbiters here, I just lose. Which is kind of weird, right? But I guess they don't have an arbiter. So I don't need to play around that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another path. Okay. Okay, we still have this prime time. Attack. And now I simply get a bunch of green sources. Damp Sphere kills me. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just get 2 gemstones. This allows me to pay even through this allows me to pay even through Damping Sphere. Right? 4, 6, yeah. Yes, it does. So take 8 here real quick. Congrats on your plug on SCG. Oh yeah, that was sweet. I don't have SCG Premium, but somebody in the Discord kind of like, you know, told me about it and made like a small kind of, you know, told me what it was about, basically. Yeah, so we have a serious case of having it all, but we can still lose here. Like, there are combinations of cards that my opponent could have that win them the game. So we're not entirely out of the woods yet. Especially because I'm going to have 2 packs to pay for here. Okay, we didn't die to my pacts, so that's pretty good. And then green, green, and 1. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Play Hornet Queen. Sounds reasonable. Green. bounce this and cast Hornet Queen. This should stabilize. I'm down 2 Pacts and 2 Prime Time, so I have 1 more Pact and 2 more Primeval Titans. This should help stabilize the board, and as soon as I untap, I can go get another Prime Time, and I can keep doing some damage. They could have another Declaration in Stone to kill my tokens, so there's that. Decking Stone is interesting. I totally forgot that this was a card. Totally forgot that it was a card. Is there a reason we didn't double strike? Yes. If my opponent untaps and they play an Arbiter and then they go squatter me, I lose the game. Well, I don't lose the game, but I just get like in a worst. There's like multiple reasons to not double strike, and the damage is irrelevant, right? Like if we're going to win, we're going to win by like so much that like tapping out to double strike seems pretty worthless. Is it true greedy to go down 1 path and up 1 E in the board so you can still bring an extra E and also Radiant Fountain as untap source? Well, you're asking for too much stuff there, Patricia. Like, do you want like if you're basically if you want to go out the Radiant Fountain, just take out all the path and play these members instead. That's what I was thinking about doing. I mean, that's what I did as soon as I started testing Karn. Like my very first list was straight up green, green blue, and just played this member instead of Path to Exile. Are we having one classic tilt disconnect right here? Because it certainly seems like so. My opponent randomly decided to lose connection to the game as soon as I resolved my unbeatable threat after I resolved 2 of my other unbeatable threats. So it seems to me like a tilt disconnect happening right now, as my opponent is like letting their clock go to waste for no apparent reason. I think that we just ruined my opponents. They were 3-0, and we just like are probably about to win this match, so maybe they just tilted. Another Declaration in Stone is just fine. We just like, well, we trade here, that's fine, and then they kill all my insects, and then I untap, I transmute for prime time and kill them, so it's probably okay. Tagia Livev, thank you for that follow, appreciate it. But yes, while my opponent tilts, maybe we can, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I will be right back. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them in chat, of course, and we will do some chatting because yeah, my opponent just randomly chose to, make my stream worse. All right, I will be right back. Still waiting. Drum Hunter with the tier 1 sub. Sorry I missed it earlier, but thank you for the continued support. 6 months in a row. 6th month in a row. 7th subscriber of the day. Good stuff, good stuff. I really appreciate your support, Drum Hunter. Please, if any of you guys and gals play in Magic Online, don't do this. Just don't do this. Like, what do you gain by doing this? It's such a childish thing to do. Just, you know, just like say good games to your opponent and just move on with your life. Don't waste both of you guys' time. What do you guys think about the Super Greedy League with 2 Emrakul in the main and 2 Sakama and slot instead of scouts? That seems horrendous, like so bad. That sounds so bad, Redux. Super awful. But if you want to have some fun, be my guest. Be my guest. You can throw in some Sakapas in chat if you're into that sort of thing as well. Is their opponent just time wasting? I think so. Yes, I think so. They had a 12 minutes on clock and they already wasted 6 of them, and they are just like making us sit through this for no apparent reason because apparently they cannot beat my Hornet Queen. So they are just wasting both of our times. Their time must be very worthless if they are like willing to do this for literally no value whatsoever. There's literally no value in doing what my opponent is doing. Okay, after 6.5 minutes, my opponent is back. What about Hornet Queen instead of 4th Karn? That's a possibility, my friend. All of this stuff is a possibility. Whenever you are thinking of like adding stuff to Amulet and whatnot, you always have to think about the opportunity cost, right? That is the name of the game. Every card that you are playing instead of some other card, it's either making your deck better or worse. And it's up to you to, you know, determine whether, you know, it's better or worse. All right, we're definitely triple blocking here. Not even close. Not even close. Is this a Selfless Spirit? That is fine. Like, I'm not so concerned about this. Again, this is basically a time waster, and now my opponent is tapped out, so I can just prime time them. So, yeah. So I pay for Arbiter tax, I transmute, and I cast prime time. Yeah, so pay for Arbiter. T-West, transmute. Summoner's Pact. Cast Summoner's Pact. Now they're tapped out, so I don't need to play around anything, really. Primeval Titan. We can Vesuva the Garrison, which sounds pretty good. So that way I can swing and double strike. So we should be covered here. Yes. Vesuva for the Garrison, and then Ghost Squatter for their land. Oh yeah. I guess I'm gonna do this in attack. I'm definitely Ghost Squatter in the land. They wanna VM me, I'm gonna VM them back. Oh, some sick value there. Yeah, so I guess I have Vesuva and Sanctuary. This will be enough to 18. My opponent is going to minus 18, minus 3, 15, still lethal, minus us, 15, still lethal. Yeah, everything is just lethal. Everything is just lethal, so we're fine. We do this. Float mana. Tap again. Float mana. Double strike. Float mana. Sorry, haste and vigilance. Float mana, double strike. And now we bounce this, because I still want a protective, and sure, I'll bounce the Vesuva for value. And then we swing with... They basically have to like triple block the prime time, and I still win. 100% go squattering them, not close. 100% go squattering them. Oh, I guess my opponent's gonna make me wait up some more, huh? Okay. BM? I'll show you BM. I'll show you BM. And I can't also explosives on one, otherwise I would do it. I guess I can pack for a Rex Sage. Good times. It's kind of funny how Arbiter works, that like if my opponent would have wanted to search, they would have needed to pay there too as well. Alright. Deal lethal to you. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Okay, cool. That one took a while. Finally, my opponent decided to let me win. I think they just used this time to open the stream and snipe. Yeah, I mean, it didn't really help them. Like, at that point, like, what are you doing? And if, opponent, if you're in chat, thank you. Thanks for checking out the stream. Thanks for checking out the stream. Please don't do that again if you're in chat. I'm not talking about sniping. You can snipe all you want, I don't care, but just don't waste my time and all of my viewers' time. That's the only thing that I don't think it's cool. Not that I think that stream sniping is cool, but it's just like, whatever, I don't care as much. If you really want to cheat in order to beat me, I don't know, that's whatever. But just like wasting my time, that's another thing that I'm not okay with. Alright. Can we get the 5-0? Can we get that 5-0 hype? Are we gonna get there? I think my win percentage has lately been, I think, the highest that it's ever been. Like, since I started playing Karn, I got a 5-0, like 5 4-1s, and 1-2-3. Yeah, I always lose at the 4-0. Yeah, it's super sad. But my win percentage, it's still like high 70s. It's pretty busted. Like, and this is over like 8 or 10 leagues at this point. And to still have like an above 70% win percentage, that's just insane. That's just insane. And the more that I experiment with the deck, like stuff like siding out Karns, this is the thing that happens. You just saw it against the Death and Taxes deck. It's just like sometimes this card just needs to go. It's just not good enough. Okay, let's see if we can get that 5-0. Mac Winsauce. We're probably playing against blue-white control. This guy is a blue-white control beast. So if we are indeed playing against blue-white, then we're gonna get to test Emmy, which is sweet. I just had a human opponent play 3 Middle Mages and 2 Dabbing Silver. Yeah, you're probably not winning that one, Danny Memes. This hand seems very, very good, so we're gonna keep it. Turn 3 Karn. None of the mages made name Titan, but I had 5 mana. Wow, that's brutal. That is brutal. Yep, we're indeed playing against blue-white. Wall of Omens. Unbeatable. That's what Nassif calls the best card in Modern. Best card in blue-white. Maybe I should have held the second scout. I think it's fine to play it out. Are they gonna tap out? Yes, they are. Okay. Okay. That's an interesting play to be making. It's not a bad draw right there. Definitely not a bad draw. What do we do here? Definitely minus in. What do we minus for? We can minus for Field of for Pithing Needle and name Field of Ruin. Or we can minus for Crucible. Do I care about the Teferi? This is probably fine. Instant speed wraths can be troublesome here though. Aha! Wow, they're just going for it. Just going for it. Did it just not see what I just got? Okay. Yeah, they also serum visions for no reason there, actually. So we're gonna name Giant here. I guess we play Amulet. No, we play Crucible first. If they have Spell Pierce, this is brutal. No Spell Pierce. Alright, cool. Play Amulet. Play this out. Bounce. We play Scout, and I guess I minus on Teferi, but like big Teferi, not small Teferi. We're gonna get Biting Needle here. And we're gonna name on Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Even if they have Jace the Mind Sculptor, they need to tap out for Jace. So I get to attack it. Narset resolves. Explosives on 3. Oh yeah. We can EE on 3 here, or we can just go squatter lock them. Okay, let's think. Let's think. We activate Scout. No, explosives on 3 doesn't seem good. Well, this one is pretty sweet. I'm not a big fan of the Teferi alt. So Crucible can serve. That's hilarious. How do we attack though? I think we just play Primetime Haste. And swing with Crucible at the Ferry? No, them being able to answer my Crucible is actually kind of brutal. Pact of Negation doesn't do anything until I deal with the Ferry. So they're probably going to pass me here. Needle seems like the least relevant. Probably path on prime time. Yes. Go get a basic. And here we just send these at Narset. And then 2 at the ferry. Yeah. All right. Pass the turn. Okay, so they cash in the Narset for a cryptic. That's annoying. That is annoying. So here I use the scout first because... Wait a second. Float green. Yep, this is exactly what I wanted to happen. And I'm doing this so I can protect it from the surgical. Alright, so now effectively my Ghost Quarter was a strip mine instead of a strip mine that tapped out my opponent. Yes, that is fine. So now we don't need to worry about the surgical extraction anymore. They might have snap path, which would be very, very annoying. And honestly, it's maybe a reason for me to want to... One, two, three, four, five, six. Maybe I want to just like use up the Karn. Bog. Kalni. This Kalni is to protect my prime time from 1, 2, 3, 4. To protect my Karn from a Snapcaster Mage. Alright, no Snappy. That's good. That is good. Alright. Going for the prime time. Don't have another path, please. Damn it. Okay, so I guess I do plus then. And I plus on the Pithing Needle again, I guess. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 11 mana. Opponent only 5 cards in hand though. Why not plus on nothing? Because I guess here I could have actually plussed on nothing. On the previous turn, I definitely wanted to attack the Teferi and the Narset. Right? This turn I could have just plussed on nothing. But if my opponent still had 2 mana up, so if they like EOT play a Snappy, and then they play a Snap, and then I... Huh. They play a Snap and then like path my plant, and they just attack the card and kill it. It's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. Ghost Quarter is gone, which is awkward. Are they gonna counter if I play the Crucible? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I can Giant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can Vesuva. I can play Crucible first. And then minus for... I can play the Crucible first, kind of force the Cryptic, and then I can minus for Lattice. Float this, and then float this. So we're going to Bergen Police, thank you for the follow. So the Crucible resolves, and now one, get Colonnade. I guess at this point I just minus for whatever, and if my opponent wants to tap out for Colonnade, that's fine. Sure, Walking Ballista. Play a land. Vesuva. But yeah, like right there with the play that I made, just the threat of Lattice was enough for my opponent to not be able to do anything about it, which is pretty sick. Another path? Or is this gonna be like a cryptic bounce or something? At this point, we're setting up Ballista. I imagine this is cryptic tap and draw. Yeah, this is tap and draw. I guess I want to play this out. Just make sure I have more mana and bounce the Vesuva here. Okay. Like, if they do want to go after the card, they need to tap out to attack with Colonnade. And tapping out to attack with Colonnade is not going to work out pretty well for them. I definitely need to watch out for the clock, though. I'm going to be playing a little bit faster, so I'm really sorry that I'm not. I'm just trying to like go over my plays instead of interacting with chat, which maybe it's bad. Maybe I should be interacting with chat instead, but I apologize for that. Yeah, so against all of those that like nasty on 8, for example, I really apologize, but I mean I hope that my plays made sense, but it's pretty much impossible to try like stay ahead on clock, with against blue white, and then like the matchup gets really convoluted very quickly. So it's just it's pretty much impossible to like stay ahead of clock and just interact with chat at the same time. It gets very tough very quickly. Amulet was the MVP that game, I gotta say. I will still side one out, but that game in particular, Amulet was insane. I mean, I guess like the 2 scouts were insane though. Is Emrakul worth the board slot? I don't know, if I know. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying out. There used to be a Bailoff in this Emrakul's slot. So that's, I mean, definitely in this matchup, Emrakul is insanely better than Bailoff. So right now, it's been good. But we played against Hollow One earlier, and I would have liked to have access to Bailoff. We ended up not needing it, but still. Yes, Sneep. You ship an Amulet in slows matchups? Yep. Best card in the matchup. That's not a bad draw at all, actually. It allows me to hold up negate without exposing my cavern, which I don't want to do. Oh, this card is so good in this matchup. So good. We definitely need to find a threat here, though. Yeah, my opponent is aware of how good Scout is in the matchup. My opponent is aware of the power of Scout. Solid plus draw. Play Azusa. This is going to tap me out in the face of a... This is going to tap me out in the face of like a turn 3 Teferi or something. But if they turn 3 Teferi me, that means I can resolve Karn. It's gonna make this negate a blank though, which really sucks. I don't like this play from my opponents. Kinda don't like that play at all. Alright. Play Karn. Resolves? Sick. What do we go for first? Probably just go for the Lattice? Or Walkie Bee? I guess Walking Ballista. We can make an uncounterable Ballista next turn. And if we untap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we can we can minus for Lattice and play it out with negate backup. So they better have 2 pieces of counter magic here, because otherwise they're just gonna get latticed. 2, 4, 6. The power of Karn. The power of Karn. 5-0, people. Rejoice on that 5-0. Rejoice on that 5-0. Emrakul clearly completely unnecessary because the deck is just busted. That was that was a pretty sick match right there. Karn looking really good right that match. Sanchez, thank you so much for that tier 1 sub, 3rd month in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Celebrating our 5-0. Celebrating that 5-0. Hashtag no bad matchups. Deck is lit. Amulet. Let's put this right here. Where we show off the list. We can do one of these like cool picks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we can do this cool Twitter picks. We'll do that later. Yeah. This comes from we're just children in this world. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, the deck is just busted. I was playing exactly your list, Danny Memes. I switched the Bailoff from the Emrakul. Honestly, I missed the Bailoff in what did we play against? Let's go over our matchups. I missed Bailoff in the Taxes matchup. We played against Mono White Taxes. We played against Hollow One as well. And in both of those matchups, I would have liked to have Bailoff. Like having access to Bailoff would have been very strong. And right there against Blue White, like Emrakul wasn't even needed because Karn is just like gross. Was Ballista worth it on the first minus of Karn? Yes. So the reason I got Ballista there is because my opponent had 2 mana up, right? So they could have EOT flashed in a Snapcaster Mage. One thing that I think that people really forget about is they just, you know, Karn and Snap go for the Lattice, and this card does literally nothing. It is a combo piece with Karn and nothing else, okay? So if you're just minusing for this, right? And then your opponent the Tension Spheres the Karn. They flash in a Snap at the end of turn and they like attack the Karn down to 2. Now you're left with a 6 mana do nothing in your hand. And you know, and a dead Karn. So I think it's very important to know when is correct to go for the Lattice and when is correct to just go for like a value play. Right there, I think that going for the Ballista is 100% correct because first of all, I have the Cavern, so I can make it uncounterable. And if my opponent untaps and slams a Jace, Ballista is a threat that they need to deal with. Same thing if they like go for a Teferi or something like that. We really need to like get some value from this Karn. If they find an answer to this Karn and then we are left with a 6 mana do nothing in my hand, then that is just like, it's basically like Karn came down and did absolutely nothing. He just ate a removal spell and nothing else. Belos wasn't needing those matchups either. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have access to it, especially against in the Hollow One matchup. My opponent like mulled kind of into Oblivion, and they multiple times they burned it Inquiry away their Hollow Ones. So that was, you know, great. But I mean, that's just their X fail rate, right? But having access to Bailoff in that matchup would have been pretty sweet. But yeah, I mean, it clearly wasn't needed because we beat them anyway. I know we're light on red with this mana base, but does this Smith really start at all? He was pretty good with control. I mean, why Rurik Thar Nesty on 8? I mean, I'm gonna tell you the same thing that I tell everybody who suggests cards is what is the reasoning and what is your opportunity cost. Like the opportunity cost for writing Rurik Thar is huge because you need to rework the mana base. So if you're running Rurik Thar, then at that point you can't have Force Sanctuary. You need to be playing some amount of Gruul Turfs, in which case you cannot play Path anymore. Like you need to like play Dismember or potentially a Braid, so you're missing on Path, you're making your mana a little bit worse, and you're playing a 6-drop in your deck that is only good against like a handful of matchups. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing all my opponents trying to play fair decks with their new toys and reminding them what format they're playing. Yeah, that sounds about right, really. What do you think about the spoilers? So far, the only thing that has been relevant is the Force of Vigor. We can have a Vigor theme deck, which is funny. But having like an answer to Blood Moon that doesn't require us to draw one of our basics is actually pretty huge. And you can, against like mono red prison and stuff like that, you can just like sandbag the card, sandbag until like the turn where you just go off. So you can use Blood Moon as ramp, or even if they double moon you just don't care because you just destroy both of them. So it's good stuff. What's up, Andrea? We're doing good. We just 5-0 with this list, which is pretty sick. But yeah, that's the only thing that I like. I don't think that we are going to be playing the blue-green canopy. It just seems like, we're not playing canopy already, and it's like the adding blue-green instead of blue-white is just like, it's such a marginal upgrade. I would even argue that it's not really an upgrade, and just like canopy is better for our sideboard cards, but I don't know. I don't think that we're gonna be playing it. The reason why we're not playing canopy is because all of these lands are just better. So the only reason that I would see running that land is if we decide to go just like Pond Wine was testing in like last week or something, where he had a list that had Crucible in the sideboard, and they also had Raminap. And the moment that you have Raminap and Crucible, then like maybe it is worth it to be working with some extra ways to get value. But I mean, look, just like the 4th basic forest are just so good in the current meta. Like we just played against blue white and we got value out of every single Field of Ruins / path that they played, and that was kind of huge. Like we ended up winning game 1 using our mana literally on every single turn. Yeah, I mean it's ancestral recall with like Crucible and Azusa, but it's a slow ancestral. I played Canopy over for was really played the ties died to Blood Moon without. Yeah, exactly. So I was playing Canopy a bunch as well. I was basically like the only one playing Canopy, honestly. Edgar was saying that it was terrible, and I thought that the card was fine. Like like being able to cantrip won me. Like it was like a 30 or 40 match. Like it was like a 30 or 40 match. Like test, I guess, or like sample size. And I remember that I died to the life loss being relevant just once, and I cantripped into a card that ended up winning me the game like 2 or 3 times. But then people started playing Blood Moons in their Phoenix decks, and that's when I chose to go for the 4th basic. And I think that 4 basics might be correct right now. What about Gracer? I think it's terrible. Canister and Edgar were saying that they are playing like the 5th Gracer. They're playing like 1 Gracer over the 2nd Relic, and that is what I said when I tested Gracer. I thought that it was not. This is what I said at the end of the stream. Basically, is that it's not a replacement for Scout. Scout is better than Gracer in most scenarios, but that I could see having it as like a one-off as a 5th Scout if we are playing. Just like we used to play like the other guy before, like the bad Scout before. I can't remember the name, like Skyshroud Ranger, that guy. So I think it might be better than Skyshroud Ranger if we were going for that. However, if we're going for that plan, and I think that we want to like kind of rebuild our deck a little bit, like at that point I think that you really want to be on 29 lands instead of 28 if you're playing Gracer, because again the card does absolutely nothing unless you already have a land in hand. So, and also like taking a 3-drop in order to fit the Gracer, it's kind of counterproductive in my opinion, because Like that is the kind of like the virtue that's like the good thing that Gracer does. It helps you get turn to 3 drops, which can be very strong. So cutting on a 3 drop in order to to add an enabler that makes your 3 drops better seems like a little bit counterproductive for me. Um, is 4 kind definitely correct, or do you think 3 might be good? I think 4 is my number. I have been very happy with it. Have you tried Batterskull instead of Wormcoil? I think, and I went over this multiple times in the Discord. A lot of people were trying to do that. I think that Wormcoil does what I wanted to do way better than Batterskull does, and I actually think that Batterskull just does not do what I wanted to do. Honestly, and you can see this in previous streams. If you go to my YouTube channel, you're gonna actually see this in action multiple times, like against like John or Black Green X. I play a Karn and I'm behind on board, right? I play Karn and I'm behind on board, and I immediately minus for the Wormcoil. Okay, so Karn dies because they attack it with a Bloodbraid Elf, they bolt it, whatever. And then on the following turn, and I untap and I play a Wormcoil. If my opponents even like they grudge my Wormcoil or something, and they're still left without being able to attack into my small tokens. In that situation, Batterskull does literally nothing, right? I just minus my Karn dies, I play my Batterskull, they grudge it, done. End. Because you need a full 8 mana in order to save your Batterskull, and that's just so much mana. You sometimes don't have that, right? You're playing your counter 4 on turn 3 and your worm on turn 4, or like you're playing Karn on 5 and then worm on 6, and then you just don't have that mana. So I don't think Batterskull does what I would want it to do. So I don't think that Batterskull is a consideration. And even playing it besides the Wormcoil just seems like a waste of a slot, because we are just like using 2 cards that do effectively the same thing, but are like slightly better in 2 different scenarios. Like against Burn, for example, you probably want Batterskull instead of Wormcoil. And then like against Control, you probably want Batterskull instead of Wormcoil, but then against like John, you definitely want Wormcoil over Batterskull. Yeah, the life gain is the least relevant part of the Wormcoil, really. The most relevant part is the. Oh, I mean, sometimes it is relevant, but leaving the 2 bodies and both bodies being like very relevant is the big part about Wormcoil. Copy pasting my question. What do you think about the humans matchup with this list? Lost 2 close rounds, but felt that my server was bad. Meta is full of humans and robots. Yeah, so against humans, what I do is I side out the Karns because I think they are terrible. So against humans, I do -4 Karn, minus Pact, and I add this explosives, ballista, Wormcoil. So I take out this, I bring in this 7, and I take out 4. I take out the Bojuka Bog, which is over there. Whoop. Yeah, there we go. So against humans, I do this. Take out this, bring in this guys, take out this, and a Summoner's Pact. It's possible that I should be taking a Primeval Titan, but, like, Thalia makes Summoner's Pact so awkward. Same thing with Damping Sphere. I know that Meddling Mage makes Primetime awkward, but it's like, it's 2 versus 1. Like, it's like, they probably have like 2 Damping Spheres and 4 Thalias, and they just have 4 Meddling Mages. So, yeah. So this is the plan. Does Karn ever feel bad in matchup? Yep, I'm just talking about an example where that is the case. Same thing against Spirits, and same thing against Hollow One. You basically don't want Karn in matchups where you can't really protect it, and it just doesn't give you, doesn't give you enough value. Like we just sided out against Hollow One, and I think it was correct. We sided out against Spirits. We side, just off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of some other examples, but basically, if we had enough cards that are good, that are better than Karn, it's definitely possible that we can just side it out. It's definitely not a Sacred Cow. It's just like a really good card in a lot of matchups, but it's not a Sacred Cow. It's not like, I guess there are not really any Sacred Cows in this deck, actually. Maybe Asusa is the closest that there is to a Sacred Cow. Because even now with my current cyber configuration, I don't even bring her out against blue-white. Before I used to do that, and now I don't even. So yeah, I don't think there are any sacred cows in the matchup. I guess Gemstone Mine is the only sacred cow, just because he's the best land in the deck. Gemstone Mine and Tulare West are the only sacred cows. I guess also the bounces. This one's. All of this and all of this can come out in some numbers. What about against Black Green? No, I think it's great against Black Green. I just explained the situation where you want to Karn for Wormcoil. It's pretty good. It's hard. I do agree that it's hard to leverage Karn against Black Green because they just like play a bunch of 2-drops. But I think that it's just a great card in the matchup because it gains you a couple of life and it goes get you whatever you need. Sometimes you need to kneel Liliana, sometimes you need a value play, and sometimes you need to get an explosives to blow your opponent's board. So just like 4 mana, gain 3 life, do whichever one of these things is the most relevant in the situation that you're in. It's a very strong card in my opinion. What do you think about adding other explosives and Thragtusk Bailoth over Emrakul and Crucible? I definitely want Crucible. 100% want Crucible or ramming up. I think that Crucible is correct. Like we just saw how powerful it was in game 1 against blue-white. I think we want Crucible over ramming up. But I think I definitely want a Crucible effect, so I would consider, again, I even was considering Bailoth. I was running Bailoth over Emrakul, and I'm still not convinced that Emrakul is better than Bailoth. About the other EE, I don't know what I would cut if I wanted to add another explosives. I think adding a second explosive to the sideboard is definitely a defensible thing to do. We just bring that card in so much. Like, and that card is just so important. Even there are some matchups where I would want to be able to like side the second EE in while still bringing, still leave me enough copies so I can wish for one if I need to, or you know when I want to side out all my cards, I'm bringing in 3 copies of explosives like against humans or spirits or stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think you can cut cavern. You can cavern. Yeah, you do cut cavern sometimes. I don't know if they in the green black matchup, but there are some matchups where you cut cavern for sure. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there are for sure some matchups where you can cut cavern. Matchups where you could bring Karn out and bring in 3 Easins, right? Yeah. Just like Pepper play with 16 seconds. Bertoncini style, huh? Well, I guess now it's hype to say Yuya style now. I think it's too soon for Yuya though. Too soon. We cannot joke about that yet. Rip Yuya. I mean, you can't cut cover from the deck, not in sideboard. Oh yeah, that for sure, yeah. Canister was, I think he streamed today a list with no Cavern and Blast Zone. I think that is just wrong. I think Cavern is extremely important in the matchups where you want it. And I don't think Blast Zone is like big, it's like biggest value than that. You can probably just like play Blast Zone as your 29th land in some lists, or yeah, I just don't think you can cut green sources. I think if you're playing Blast Zone, it needs to be as your 29th land or in the sideboard over like a 3rd explosives or something. I don't know. Yeah. All right, so if there are not any more questions, that's gonna be it for me today. Sweet, it was cool to 5-0. It's always good times, and I think this is just like pretty freaking strong. It just feels super powerful. It just feels super powerful. I just really like Coalition Relic. Like this card has won me so many games where you just don't have enough lands, and Gracer doesn't give you more mana if you don't have more lands. This does. I think this card is pretty huge. I'm honestly sad that I only get to play 2, honestly. I could, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what I would cut for a Gracer. I just don't like the card. I don't want to see that card. I think it's bad. Just don't like it. Yeah, Relic is great. And I honestly don't think Blast Zone is worth it. I tested it for like 4 leagues or something, and it just didn't seem worth it. It's good exactly against Grixis Shadow, and nowhere else. It's mediocre to bad in the rest of the modern format. So just like having one card only for Death Shadow seems a little bit too narrow. Like I'd much rather have like a million Colossus at that point, which just literally just flat out wins the game. Dark Saga, you want to go with deck? Exclamation point deck. There are situations to put Relic or Amulet inside to get them with Karn after game one. Yep, you literally just saw it. If I don't know if you maybe you came late, Gabo, but we did that against Blue White. Decided out an Amulet. We didn't tutor for it, but I mean we could have if we wanted to. But that's the only situation. Some people were talking about like playing 3 amulets in the main deck and just wanting the sideboard so you can Karn for it. I think that is just wrong. I understand that you might have arguments, but I think that if you want to maximize your win percentage, that is just wrong. I have not tested it, but I think that idea is like it's fundamentally flawed, right? Because this is a card that you want to play, especially game one. More importantly than ever in game one, you want to play this card on turn 1, 2, or 3. By taking one card, even though you're maximizing your chances of having access to Amulet on turns 4 and more, you are minimizing your chances of playing it on turns 1, 2, 3 ways, which is where you want them the most. So I think that idea is just like fundamentally misreading where Amulet is actually important. So no, what I'm saying is like doing something like this. I think this is just not the way to go at all, and it's for the reasons that I just explained. Jay Green 40, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, 9th sub of the day. Thank you so much. Really appreciate everybody's support. And we didn't update the record. Man, I always forget to do this. Oh yeah, we get to write that out over there. Ugh, feels good, man. Feels good. Yeah, okay. Any other questions? Yeah, I think we just talked about Hornet Queen in the main. I think it's a fine card. I like, what are you cutting? That is always my question. If you're wondering about bringing any cards in, like, what are you cutting is a question that you should be asking yourself, and what is the opportunity cost of cutting that card? Like, if I could see something like this, for example. I could see something like this. I'm not in love with the idea, but I could see something like this being a thing. Maybe something like this is worth testing. I could see that. Maybe I will test something like this next time. Who knows? So far I have really liked this setup though. I was thinking to cut Karn. I don't want to cut Karn. This seems like a much worse game 1 card than this. Like, significantly worse game 1 card. Except against specifically humans. And maybe spirits. But against the rest of the modern format, this is significantly worse game 1 card than this. Thinking move the pack to the side and bring back the 3rd relic. Yeah, that's also an option, but I think the setup is fine. Something like this. Maybe. I just really like having access to Pact of Negation. It's just randomly great in so many situations and in so many matchups. Of course, I mean, if you get paired against like aggro and humans all the time, then this card is awful, right? But I mean, there's a lot of deck building considerations to be made with Amulet. That's like what makes the deck so awesome and so much fun, and why I've been playing it for 5 years and I still keep coming back to it. And like, it's literally the only thing I play. but yeah. Hornet Queen is Bay. I don't know. I think having access to Pact of Negation in Cyber is important. There's a lot of matchups where this card is very, very important. I think the queen is bad only versus wrath effects. I disagree. I think the queen is bad in a lot of matchups against any combo deck, literally any combo deck at all. The queen is significantly worse than the Pact of Negation. Against blue white, the queen is significantly worse than this. Against I don't know. I think if I went through like my cyber guide, I could definitely tell you like here, 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 and here. Pact of Negation is better than queen. But yeah. Are you not an advocate for Sakama Primal Calamity? Florida Rift. You might be new to this channel because Sakama is Sakapa in this channel. Sakama is a meme. The card is bad. It's just terrible. It's so bad, and it does nothing that we want it to do. So no, we definitely don't like Sakama here. You need some very specific metagames for me to play Sakama. I don't think there could exist a metagame where I would want to play Sakama anymore. Now that card is a thing, I don't think, like, even if like Weir is like 50% of the meta, I think I'd just rather have Karn instead of Sakama. Just to let you know that the foil Great Cure looks sexy as hell in person. 2 of my 4 have shown up so far. Oh, nice. Congrats, Aaron. Well, I don't like foils, so I have my regular, normal Karn, and they are fine. I would really consider some Japanese Karns, though. That would be sexy. I think the New Green Force will be good cyber here. We'll see. I cannot wait to test it. Sakama is like Jesus. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, but sure, whatever. Oh, I see what you're saying now, Redux. No, I think Sakama is just bad, and I really doubt that anybody could ever do anything to get me to play Sakama again. Okay, unless they donated a lot of money, which I would be okay with that. Ooh, the Chief is streaming, or Spider Space is playing a brew. Let's go check out. Let's go check out Spider Space. I raided the Chief last time, so it's only fair to go raid Spider Space today. I think he has like double S. Yeah, there we go. All right. Thanks everybody for hanging out today. If you wanna support this stream, you can do so by subscribing, which will give you access to these beautiful emotes, as well as access to my cyber guide for subs. I think I'm going to start working on a Karn one. I have been really liking this list. It'll probably be with Baloth instead of the Promised End, but I think I will write a cyber guide for a list like this one. We'll see though. I will keep testing for the rest of the week and see what I come up with. If you can also just follow the channel. It is always very, very appreciated, and it's free, and you can get notified whenever I go live, so you can check out the action. Then if you want to look at previous streams, you can do so on my YouTube channel, which you can find right there. I always upload my previous all my streams there, so you can check them out. Then if you want to join the Amulet Discord, I'm also trying getting together a Discord for like my own channel, so hopefully I will be able to launch this either this week or next week. I will talk to my friend that's helping me out to get that all set up and ready to go. Can you do cyber guides with like 16, 17 cyber cards? What would be the point of that? It would be super confusing. It's just too hard to do. And again, I kind of do that the second that I like write all that wall of text that I write for every matchup. Like that is kind of like the idea for that Redux. It's that you should not look at the numbers anyway. So just like doing it with 16, 17 cyber cards would just make things very awkward, and like I think it would take more than it would add. I think that just like the wall of text just kind of does that job that you are considering. I appreciate the suggestion though. What else? Yes, Twitter. Yeah, there we go. Took me a second there. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I always post whenever I'm going live and which list I'm gonna be playing, so you can follow me there. And finally, donations. You can donate to the stream, which is always greatly appreciated. And with any donation of $12 or more, I will play whichever list you want on stream live. It can be an Amulet list, it can be something else. Basically, any modern or legacy, I will be able to figure out a way to make happen. But yeah, it's always greatly appreciated, and donation lists are always a ton of fun. I do enjoy playing those a lot, and I think that's gonna be it for me today. Let's go to Spider Space channel and see you guys over there, and see you back probably tomorrow or Thursday. Stay tuned, and I will let you know either on the Discord or Twitter. Have an amazing rest of the day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.